The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions, and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
So I stop in a local bar, people. I go to the bar. I rent my coat. I call a bartender. I said, look, man, come down here. You got down there. So what you want? One bourbon, one scotch.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Whiskey Cars. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Whiskey Cars and Cigars. I'm your host, Johnny Blender. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty getting the show started, so I think we got work past that. I'm coming to you live tonight on Armed Radio and TuneIn Satellite. I hope everybody had a great weekend this weekend, great Memorial Day weekend this weekend. I am doing the show by myself this week. Usually Lynn is up here with me, and I can see her when she's sitting across from me. I can bounce things off of her, but she's trying to break me into doing this solo, so I am trying to get my bearings and get everything straight.
Well, at least I'm not sitting across from you giving you that look.
Yeah, I know, but that's just, I'm used to that look.
Oh,
Anyway, I hope everybody had a great Memorial Day and took the time to remember what Memorial Day is all about. Paying respects to those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. Now, with that said, I'd like to say that Whiskey, Cars, and Cigars is not a political show. And my main goal of this show is not to be political. Have fun and everything, have fun. With that said, if you would indulge me for just a couple of minutes for a small rant, I would appreciate it. I was listening to an unnamed show earlier this week, and the host made a comment that Memorial Day was a day that was set aside for barbecues. And that didn't sit very well with me. As a Navy veteran and my wife is an Army veteran, that pissed me off. Now, this show is about being a parent. This particular person's show is about being a parent. And in my opinion, you have failed miserably. As a person who has lost friends and family fighting in the military, this is a disrespect to the memories of all of them. This host, who has never served in the military, and I can understand your lack of respect. As a father, for you to minimize this holiday and make a joke about it with your kid is a prime example of why I think today's kids are so screwed up and have the morals of a hamster. If you want to be a comedian, that's fine. Joke about something else, but not about the fallen who have paid the ultimate sacrifice for the freedoms and rights you have. And remember, you have never put on a uniform to fight for the rights you have. You just enjoy them. Thanks for letting me rant, and I don't apologize for that. And while I'm sitting here, speaking of the U.S. Army, my old friend Major Vince Leone just sent me a post where him and his son Joe are at Arlington Ballpark watching the Rangers play tonight. So Vince, have a great time with Joe. Now, if you want to catch a political show on Armed Radio, Thursday night is Pot Talk with my producers Jimmy Bell and Paul Daniels. Pot Talk is short for politically offensive talk, and it is a blast. That's tomorrow night right here on Armed Radio at 8 Eastern Time. It's a great show, and I never miss it, just to find out who they're going to piss off this week. That was pretty good. I
have
that
a
show.
feeling it might be Kathy Gifford this week. I have just this gut instinct is telling me her name might just come up on Pot Talk this week.
It probably.
Yeah.
You know what's weird now with you in another location with the headphones on? When you're sitting across from me, I can look at your face and tell when you're fixing to say something. So now when you start talking, it's just like
the voice of God.
Yes, it kind of scares me a little bit.
So like every day, right?
Pretty much.
Okay.
All right. Now I'll start the show with a product review. This tool is one of the coolest things I have in the shop. It's a Makita variable speed 3/8 handheld belt sander, or as I like to refer to it as my electric file. This tool is an absolute must for every shop. With the Makita belt sander, you can finish dressing weld, making precision fits to parts I fabricate. You can fish mouth tubing for chassis within a few thousandths. It is a awesome product. It's a corded tool, cost around $300, and replacement belts are priced around $15 a box, I think, for a box of 10. This is a product you can get anywhere that carries Makita tools. I picked mine up at Fastenal. Fastenal is a company I do a lot of business with, and I really like them. If you look at the Vampire Chassis page, you can see on Facebook some of the work I have done with this tool, this belt sander, on the 1950 Ford F1 project. Again, this is a tool that will make life in the shop much easier. It'll pay for itself in the time you spend running back and forth to the grinder, using a file, using 10 snips. You'll be amazed how handy this tool is. At the time, and the time it'll save you. I didn't have it for a few days. You remember I had I ran out of belts. I was waiting for belts to come in, and I was miserable without it. I use it on metal mostly, but I've used it on PVC. We used it on the PVC trim in the house.
Yeah.
We've used it on sheetrock. We've used it on wood. We've used it on molding. It's a great tool, and gets the highest ratings for me. It's a outstanding piece of equipment.
You know, honey, what I enjoy about your tool reviews?
What?
You tell on yourself, and now I know exactly how much every tool out there in that shop has cost.
Yeah, but I bought that thing probably 4 years ago.
Right, okay.
So it's a little bit, when I check the latest prices, it's a little bit more now than it was when I purchased it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Oh, you know who I talked to this morning?
Who?
Chris Heskey.
Oh, okay, cool.
I told him we would go watch Logan tonight after the show.
All right. Yeah, I wanted to do that.
I think he's got some new projects getting ready to start. Hey, Chris, I just wanted to let you know, if you're listening tonight, Lynn has the picture you autographed for her in her lady loft. It's right underneath Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And in case you were wondering about the lady loft, that's the estrogen version of the man cave. I'd like to give a big shout out to my cousin, Marie Young Moore, who messaged me and congratulated me on the show. And she's listened to Whiskey, Cars, and Cigars on Armed Radio. So big shout out to my cousin. I got some new cigars today from Neptune Cigars. They looked really good.
One of them smelled really good.
I'll review those next week on the show. They sent me, the Perdomo 20th anniversary, the Imperio Cubano. Do smell great. So I'll give that, I'll get to that next week and check those out. I'll see how good they are. I'll let you smoke some of them if you want to.
Okay.
I know you like smoking my cigars a little bit.
I do.
Oh, let's see. I'm trying to, this computer that I'm working with tonight is not working with me. I've got my notes and my cheat sheet, my bullet points and everything on here, and it is not working with me.
It's giving you the finger.
It's giving me the finger on both hands. Well, tell me about, we got invited to another con today.
We did, early this morning. Like, it was like 7 o'clock, and we got a message about the Horror Con of Mississippi. It's in Tupelo. And I'm like, well, this is cool.
Hey, you know where Tupelo is, don't you?
I do.
It's right below One Below.
Oh, God. Sorry, folks. Welcome to my world.
Mr. Vincent when I said Tupelo this morning, Mr. Vincent hit me with that.
Dear God.
Yep. And Mr. Vincent LaBruzzo, I know you're listening tonight because you're sitting in your shop on your computer that you have out there away from your wife, drinking
with a beer,
with Coors Light. And I'm sure he stayed in the shop just tonight just to hear this, because I gave him crap about it today when he was here.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you can go ahead and back to the show in Tupelo.
Oh, okay. So yeah, our friend Jean got in touch with us from the Twisted Carnival and asked us about it, and we checked into it. And I looked over at you over our cup of coffee and said, "What do you think?" And you said, we'll get in touch with them and see how that works out. And, man, it wasn't, golly, 15 minutes after I sent them a message, they were very happy to have us and very accommodating. So, yes, we are doing Tupelo, baby.
Tupelo, Mississippi, birthplace of Elvis.
That's right.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun. And those guys at the let me tell you, the reason I jumped to that and brought that up is because I was trying to find my place in my notes.
Uh-huh.
My page down did something wrong. So if I come back to that briefly in a few minutes and start talking about it again, just realize I got to the place in my notes where that was actually going to be.
Okay. Well, we can talk about the new outfits that I've ordered for it.
Hey, did you get with that little girl in England?
Yeah, I did.
My Halo. Did you see anything that she had that you liked?
I did see a few things, yeah.
I'm
going to deal with her.
Did you see the new thing that for the Kiss concert in London that Nikki Flynn had on?
I've seen her in them before, yeah.
Well,
she makes some really cool stuff. Oh,
yeah,
no, I didn't see that.
No, she had something up on Facebook earlier, and it was pretty cool.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah. I'd like to remind everybody tonight after the show you can clutch. Oh, man, I messed up going into it.
I'm telling you, I was waiting.
Tonight after the show, you can catch. What the hell is clutch? You can catch my friend Glenn Spillman and Pasquale Sprague on Sports Insider here on Armed Radio and TuneIn Satellite.
That was graceful.
That was terrible.
It was the sheer dread of messing up Pasquale Sprague.
I kill that. I kill that poor guy's name. Let's see. Oh, and now I'm down to, I've got to tell you, I'm ready for another convention with the Dragster.
I am too. Yeah,
this morning,
I'm too.
I'm getting to the part where I'm this morning, our friend Gene Hamill with Twisted Carnival notified me of a horror con in Tupelo, Mississippi. The Horror Con of Mississippi, July 22nd and 23rd. I followed the information to Lynn, and within an hour, she had us invited as guests. Well, she is the guest author and the Twisted Southern Horror Queen, Lynn Gibson, who also has a show here on Armed Radio on Monday nights at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. The Adrian Fury Dragster will be there with her, and this should be another fun event. That's a horror con in the Horror Con of Mississippi, July 22nd and 23rd in Tupelo, Mississippi, birthplace of Elvis. I can't wait. Now, see, I just said all that after you said everything, and I remembered almost all of it.
Wasn't that fantastic? Those pills must be wearing off.
That, it could be. It's taken a while, but those memory pills, and people, if you went back to my first show, you can listen to my review on the Max Q10 memory pills. They do not work. Just like Smart Water. If you have employees that want to drink Smart Water, don't let them drink it. It does not work. And you know it. And I can testify to that.
Indeed. Hallelujah.
Let's see. We'll be posting other events for the Dragsters in the next few weeks. I'm happy to say we have our first booking for 2018.
We do?
Yes.
Okay.
Southern Geek Fest 3.0 in Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
That's right. You gotta love it when the calendar fills in a year early, huh?
That's right. I can't wait to hear from the guest list for next year as it develops.
That's going to be awesome. They had really good celebrities.
They did. And Rafe White, the organizer. Rafe, I know you're listening to the show right now, and I would like to make a suggestion for Southern Geek Fest 3.0 next year. Put the dragster next to the guest, because they hung out with it most of the time. It'll save them a lot of walking.
It's a fact.
Oh, well, But, Rafe and Shannon will work real, real hard to get that event put together and have another kick-ass event next year.
Yeah, they will. And it's growing. It's still a growing, fledgling con, but very well put together. These guys work really hard to make sure everything just rolls seamlessly, and it did. It was perfect.
It did. Yeah. We had a good time. And speaking of the Fury Dragster, I have another product I would like to review that now, after this event, I can really do a good review of it. And that's the Fury Hauler. Hey, my telephone was ringing, huh? I like that. The telephone started ringing, so she got off the radio and got off the channel and started answering it. Anyway, before all that loud noise, the Fury Hauler. The trailer that we carry the dragster in. This is we put some miles on it for Southern Geek Fest. It's the first time we'd put some long miles on it. Oh, you're back.
I'm trying to be back.
Boy, that was rough. That was brutal. You can't kill the mic before you start doing all that.
Well, I thought I did. My apologies, dear.
Oh, okay, it was just loud and obnoxious. But anyway, I started giving a review of the Fury Hauler.
Oh, okay.
And that, like I said, that was the first time we've really put any big mileage on it. And I would like to recommend Built Right Trailers of Brookhaven, Mississippi. Michael Smith is the owner and is a hell of a guy. I called him, told him everything I wanted on the trailer, exactly how I wanted it made, extra stuff I wanted on it. It took him about a month, and it was done. Now, it took me a little longer to pick it up than the month it took for it to get made, because we had a flood in that time.
Right.
So we had a little bit of other things that we had to do prior to getting it, but man, he had no problem with it. He took care of it. He took care of it for us until we could get up there. He understood, and the price on it was really good. Michael Smith I looked at every other trailer. I had looked at used trailers. I'd looked at used trailers that were 3 or 4 years old. I had looked at all the big name trailers and manufacturers out there, and the price that he gave us for a custom made trailer was the absolute best I could find by a long shot. It had the quality, the workmanship, and the warranty. The trailer had a really good warranty on it in case anything went bad or there was any problems with axles, bearings, or anything like that. So, Built Right is the best choice if you're looking for a trailer. You can find them on Facebook at Built Right Trailers in Brookhaven, Mississippi. Give them a call first before you go anywhere else, or especially if you buy. I bought a brand new trailer for the same, for less than what I found used trailers for that were compatible to what I had. So tell them Johnny Blender sent you. Even if you're out of state, I think if you check their prices out, it may be worth the drive to save some money. And Mike is a great guy. And you remember that baby picture I showed you? His dog. Oh, that's the cutest baby I've ever seen.
Well, my mind went to the one that Joe Rocks had put on your timeline. You know, the baby with the bottle of whiskey and the cigar. That's where my mind went at first. I'm like, that's his kid?
No, that wasn't Joe Rocks put that on there. That was Bob Penrod.
Oh, that's right, Bob Penrod. Yeah.
Yeah. that was there. It was what, I don't know, 1 year old,
maybe,
sitting in a recliner with a cigar, a bottle of Jack Daniels, and
chilling.
He was just chilling. Oh, and did he have a Led Zeppelin shirt on?
Yeah, sure did. Perfect.
All right. Well, let's see. We'll be posting events for the Dragster in the next few weeks. I think we've got some more things that are looking good for us.
Promising, yes.
Promising.
Busy year.
Yep. Well, worked all day in the shop. Had a pretty good day in the shop on Lewis Montgomery's 1954 F1 truck that we're restoring. Put one of our Vampire chassis under it. Lewis, if you're listening, I need 2 doors, a motor, and a transmission. I'm ready. And my guy Richard, the Twitch, was hard at work today, cutting a tree down that the wind beat the crap out of last week. He did a good job, though, didn't he?
He did. It's amazing.
Now I can see where the new driveway needs to go.
Yeah, right where I told you about 2 years ago I wanted it. Oh, yeah.
Did you tell me that 2 years ago, or did you just think that you remembered telling me that 2 years ago?
No, I actually took you by the hand and walked you out there.
Let's talk about cigars. They were in the cigar part of the show.
Right.
And once again, I've got to go back to my friends, the Mobleys at Kentucky Gentleman Cigars, to talk about the Kentucky Cuban. Lynn.
That was awesome.
Was that a great cigar or what?
That was awesome. It was full of flavor. It wasn't bitter. It wasn't too strong. That was a very good cigar. I rate that cigar right up there with 6. Yeah.
All right. But you know, the Kentucky Cuban is a lot better than the Cubans I have smoked. You remember when you got me that box of Cohibas?
Yeah, I didn't really care for the way those smelled. They stunk pretty bad.
Yeah, but this cigar was better. It had a bold, like you said, it had a bold flavor. It wasn't bitter. It burned slow. So I smoked it while I was forming the lower quarter panel of Lewis Montgomery's 1954 F1 truck. All the cigars from Kentucky Gentleman are hand rolled by Alan Mobley, the owner of Kentucky Gentleman. It's a $10 cigar, but well worth the price. You can contact. Well, that's tough. Contact Kentucky Gentleman Cigars at KentuckyGentleman.com to order the cigars or any of their cigars. The Moonshine, the Moonshine cigar is my favorite.
Yeah.
Call Miss Carol, order from her. There's a link on the Whiskey Car Cigars Facebook page. Oh, and my buddy Galad. This is the cigar I told you about. I tell you, having these 2 computers up here is different, because I've got my bullet points and my notes on one computer, and then the messengers is popping up on the other computers, messages. So it has me look away.
Yeah, see, that's why I turn mine off when I go live. Too much for my mind to handle at once.
Okay. All right. Where was I? Oh, Galad. My buddy Galad. These are the cigars I told you about. Check them out. Tell them Johnny Blender sent you, and you'll get a surprise when your order comes. And for the rest of you out there, contact Kentucky Gentleman Cigars and place your orders now. Not later, now. And remember to tell them that Johnny Blender sent you. You heard it here on Whiskey, Cars, and Cigars on Armed Radio. Sometimes I make myself laugh. But you won't regret it on these cigars. And I got something else. Come to the Whiskey, Cars, and Cigars page. If you order these cigars, tell me what you think about them. And if I mention your comment on the show, I will send you a t-shirt. Just tell me what size you are when you send your message. And if you're one of our cigar smoking ladies, you don't need to tell me your t-shirt size because I send all ladies small.
Here we go, ladies. The old boob thing again.
I think it's good. And there's the dogs. We have dogs, and sometimes they don't like it when people knock on the door. And ride by on the road out front and a number of things. So now, Lynn, I can hear her standing down the hall downstairs hollering, telling the dogs to shut up like they understand her. But anyway, since I'm talking about ladies, we have a winner for the pinup contest. CYNDI CROTTS had the most likes on her pinup picture. And CYNDI, if you're listening, which I know you are, you'll be getting a prize pack in the mail soon. We're going to try to get everything put together in that, and I'll get Lynn to drop that off at the post office. I do need you to send me your address, though, so we can get this out to you. And as soon as we get all that, we'll pack everything neatly, and it will be sent to you. Oh, let's see. It's 7:28. Jimmy, are you there?
I'm here.
You want to go ahead and take me out to a commercial for a couple of minutes and let me make sure that nobody's broke in downstairs because I don't hear Lynn or the dogs.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, buddy. And I'll catch you back here on the other side.
Are you hangry? Know the signs. Uncontrollable yelling.
Why aren't you egg rolls?
Hallucination.
Sushi.
Pants discomfort.
I hate you, pants.
Hangry. It can happen to anyone. Fortunately, there's E24, the app that tells hunger to shut up.
Egg rolls. Thanks, Snoop.
E24. In my medical opinion, it's the best way to order food online, baby.
Tune in to Dad Max with TC and Lydia. I am TC Elliott.
And I'm Lydia.
And we are the hosts of the first ever Father-Daughter podcast. Live every Monday right here on Armed Radio. Dad Max with TC and Lydia. This Monday, live and only on Armed Radio. Tune in to Dad Max with TC and Lydia. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Armed Radio.
Hey everyone, I want to tell you all about an amazing salon, Joyce's, located at 132 Ferry Street in Everett, Massachusetts. Joyce's specializes in the latest techniques in coloring, styling, cutting, and beach waves. Joyce's features Sukesha all-natural nutrient products and organic color. Joyce's full-service spa and salon, located at 132 Ferry Street, Everett, Massachusetts. 617-387-6688. Specializing in you.
Hey there, all you creepy people. This is Kevin Wayne from Portland, Oregon. You're listening to Armed Radio, home of the big guns.
All right, everybody, this is Johnny Blender coming back to you for the second part of the show. And during the commercial break, I pretty much buried myself in the doghouse, so it looks like it may be another sleepless night in the shop.
I'm glad you got those slow-burning cigars out there. You might just need one.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, all right. Well, before we went off, we talked about CYNDI CROTTS is the winner of our pinup contest, and
cool.
I'd like to remind all the ladies out there that we have a new contest going on for the Tattooed Ladies Contest. So come on, ladies, I want to see your ink. Post a picture under the Tattooed Ladies Contest in the comment tab, and we will get your picture up. The 12 or 13 ladies with the most likes will be in our 2018 calendar. And also, we are putting together some pretty cool prizes for the winner. We'll start listing those prizes next week, and we'll continue to bring in new prizes each week until the contest is over. And I'm thinking of letting the contest run to the end of July. So don't wait till the last minute to get your pictures up. Let's go ahead and get them in there so we can have a good turnout, and we can have we can see how many people can get, who gets the most likes. You know, the girl we watched on Triple X last night, Ruby Rose, the girl with the green hair?
Yeah.
She has got some awesome tattoos.
Hmm?
Did you see?
The little boobies.
Yes, but I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the tattoos.
Oh, okay.
You know, she's got, I think one arm is sleeved and maybe half of the other arm, and then she's got a big tattoo across her back. Really, I mean, the artwork was really good, and the way they overlapped, because I think she had a set of boxing gloves on one arm, and then that overlaid to maybe some kind of flower, or it was just really cool. It was really good artwork, and the colors were really, really vibrant.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So I hope we get some ladies with ink like that. I have one girl who's in the contest so far. Her name is Ashley Miller. She's from either Tulsa or Norman, Oklahoma. She posted her pitch, and she's got some pretty cool tats. She's got a tat across the top of her chest. Now, you can see that. You can see her on the Whiskey Cars and Cigars Facebook page under the photo section. But now, honey, I know you got a tat on your shoulder. Isn't that area right on the chest pretty tender?
Yeah, and any of your bony spots like your ankle or your shoulder blade or right there on that collarbone, that was some pretty painful ink to get right there. Yeah, I think the ankle's worse though. I gotta say.
And how's your ear doing?
My ear's great.
You got, what is that thing in your ear called?
I think it's pronounced the Daith. It's spelled D-A-I-T-H. Yeah, I got that pierced. No more headaches.
And your head, well, you just got me.
Well, yeah, there's that.
Okay,
but yeah, I should have had a headache all week because it's rained every day and my head has not hurt, not one time, not even a little bit. It's amazing.
Cool. And they did that, the tattoo parlor did that?
Yes, that was at a tattoo parlor. It's Kingpin Tattoos in Ponchatoula, Louisiana. Call Sal. Cool. Very professional. I didn't even realize that he was finished until he stuck the rod in, and we were good. So, yeah, he's awesome. Go see Sal.
And what's that? That's a nerve?
It's a nerve cluster.
And it's right up inside the inside of the ear.
Yeah, it's in that first fold outside of your ear canal. Everybody's got a nerve cluster there, and he said sometimes he has to look for them. He said he didn't have to look for mine at all. It was right there screaming at him. So he pierced that sucker, and I've felt wonderful ever since.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad. It's a lot easier to get along with you when you're feeling better.
What's that supposed to mean?
Huh? It's just... It's just...
And more cigars to review at the moment, huh?
No, but let's talk about racing.
Okay.
Redemption 7.0 was last week in Ennis, Texas. And there was a huge crowd turnout. I got a message today from Britt Cummings.
How'd they do?
They were there in a support promotional facility. Is that right? They were there promoting and promoting their sponsors and things like that, supporting the NHRA event.
Okay, they were doing PR.
They were doing PR. Yeah, that's it. I couldn't think of that word. But they were taking part in a lot of the things that they have. Now, let's see. June 30th and July 1st is Redemption 8.0, and that's in Tulsa. These things, they don't only have racing. They've got a lot of things going on. They have the Christmas tree, tree light.
Yes.
Okay, that starts the cars when we're racing.
I know. I am. Okay. The blonde comes from out of a box. I know what the Christmas tree is.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I didn't want to say anything that might get you upset or get you thinking about jewelry or something. But they have a event where they have the chairs set up and you can do reaction times to see who's the fact. You have two guys sitting there, and instead of having a car, they're using a button to start.
Oh, that's cool.
And Slate Cummins won the contest, but the funniest video I saw was Britt. You remember Kye Kelly, the guy on, what is it? It's one of the street rod racing shows on TV. He's a friend of Logan's that lives over in Lumberton, Hattiesburg area.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Kye Kelly was one of the guys that was there, and Britt Cummins sat down with him to do the tree contest. And the video shows the two of them sitting there, and then you just see Britt stand up. I mean, this was a drop the mic moment. If he would have had a mic in his hand, he would have just held it out and dropped it. Britt cut a 000 light, and Kye cut a 020 light.
Oh.
So I mean, soon as the light turned green, Britt was on. Yeah. Britt was on it. Britt was dead on the light, and he just stood. He's a tall guy like me. He just stood straight up, and if he would have had a mic in his hand, he would have just dropped it. It would have been perfect. I laughed my ass off watching that. And then he just walked over and picked his beer up and started drinking it.
That's awesome.
And then the younger Cole Cummins, I got an update on him. He was by his lonesome in Bowling Green. Went down in the second round, but Britt did inform me that he did make it back with the truck, the trailer, and the car. So that's a plus.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I think he's the youngest of the bunch. And he may be Britt's son.
I see.
I think. I'm not sure about that, but just kind of looking at pictures, and I think he may be the I know he's definitely the youngest of the bunch. And then our friend Cole, he's on his way back from Michigan with his 5-year-old son Waylon's dirt car. Waylon has had that fire suit for the last couple of months since Cole ordered the car. And that may be the first driving suit that is going to be wore out before it ever gets to a racetrack.
That's awesome.
It's cool. They have a racing series for the little guys, and this car is a scaled-down model of the late model car that Cole has that we powder-coated for him with a Briggs & Stratton engine in it.
Oh, cool. So it'll book a little bit, huh?
Yeah. Start them young, Cole. Start them young. Oh, that's funny. I heard from Big Swole, Randy Thornton, this week. He's headed back to the gym after 5 years.
Isn't that crazy? He's so happy.
Yeah, Big Swole played for the Denver Broncos and then was in World Championship Wrestling. A real good guy. We had the opportunity of meeting him at Southern Geek Fest.
Yep.
And I guess it was 5 years ago he had a weightlifting accident. I think he broke his neck. So Swole, I know you're listening. Take it easy. Don't overdo it. It'll come back. Just give it time. So, yeah,
I don't really think it went anywhere.
No, he's
Big
still a big
Swole
guy.
is still pretty Big Swole.
Yep. Let's see. I am trying to. Did I talk about the new cigars I got in today from Neptune Cigars?
You did.
I did.
You did.
See, this is one of those places where my notes have fumbled.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, one of them had that long name that you said, remember this? And I was like, yeah, no.
Yeah, that was kind of tough, wasn't it?
Yeah. But it smells wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, the Perdomo 20th anniversary or the Imperio Cubana?
Yeah, that.
Our friends at Neptune Cigars, I know they're listening tonight. In fact, let's see. I got to switch over here to this other computer because when I said Neptune Cigars, something just popped up. Oh, it wasn't them. It was Rafe's sister, Poppy.
Oh, hey, Poppy.
And
I love her.
She's liking that we're doing Tupelo, baby. She's ready, I guess, for us to do Tupelo.
I think so.
The horror con of Mississippi.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I've been shopping.
Big Vince. Oh yeah, you've been shopping. You almost got that past me. Vince just sent us a comment saying he wish I was there at the ball game.
Yeah, there's times when I wish he was there too, Vince.
You know.
Every day.
The things I have to put up with. All right. But anyway, back to our friends at Neptune Cigars. They carry everything, every kind of cigar. Their catalog is big on all the cigars they have. They're a big distributor. They do have some of the best prices on cigars that I've seen. Their shipping's fast. Their customer service is good. And you know me, I'm all about saving dollars, and Neptune Cigars makes that possible. I like
and it's a plus with that customer service thing after that lovely review that you played 2 weeks in a row about the plasma cutter company that you don't particularly care for.
That would be Everlast.
That would be Everlast.
Everlast
yes.
plasma cutters. I can't review their plasma cutter because after 2 months I never got it. But they did send it to the wrong address twice. It made me wait each time, and that snotty little woman, Katria, that works there. Yes, I can't talk about their plasma cutters. All I can talk about is their customer service, and it sucks.
And where are they out of?
California.
Okay, so if anybody out there on the West Coast that has a friend that's an idiot that needs a job, send them there to work, because apparently you don't even need to be a special idiot to work there.
That's right. But anyway, Neptune Cigars. I like Neptune Cigars. Their shipping's fast and their service is excellent. The guys at Neptune, I know y'all are listening. In fact, I thought I got a message from you a minute ago. But we're looking for sponsors for the Tattooed Lady calendar, and I think you would be great to have one of the pages in the calendar say Neptune Cigars with one of our beautiful tattooed women, and a coupon code so people listening to the show and buying calendars can save a few bucks on cigars. No pressure, buy an ad. But no pressure, buy an ad.
Subtle as a train wreck.
Hey, man, you know me. That's how I roll.
I know.
And visit the Twisted Southern Horror Queen, Lynn Gibson, and order her new book, Wicked Truth, on Amazon, on her website, or any major bookseller. Demand it. Tell them you want it. If they don't have it, tell them to get it. Now, let's see. I did announce that our friend the Mobleys at Kentucky Gentleman Cigars are moving to a larger place in Frankfort, Kentucky, Market Square, downtown, 313 St. Clair Street. So, this is a good move for Kentucky Gentleman Cigars. I love these people and these cigars. That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. And don't
like
forget,
you had to say Pasquale Sprague.
That's what I was fixing to do. Don't forget to catch Sports Insider after the show tonight on Armed Radio. Catch my buddies Glenn Spillman and Pasquale Sprague.
Oh, I was rooting for you. You did it, honey. That's awesome.
You got no idea how tough that is.
Yes, I do.
Oh. And tomorrow night at 8 Eastern Time.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's Jim and Paul with Pot Talk. And they got Lauren on Cosmopolitans. And then at 10 o'clock, Night Talk with Joe Rocks. So,
well, you got the lineup down pretty good, don't you?
I'm getting it. Glenn Spillman has got a new show on Thursday nights, I think. That's his movie company.
Friday night,
Cellar 13.
Cellar 13 Films, yeah. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central.
And in case anybody wonders if Lynn's voice just changed, that's our producer, Jimmy Bell, and he is always there to correct me when I am wrong.
Just like me.
Yeah, no, it's
almost like being married.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Hey, Jimmy, we told you I'm up here in the lady loft, huh? This is her place with all of her stuff in it.
You feeling pretty?
I'm feeling pretty, man.
Oh, there's nothing pretty up there.
I'm not going there because that's going to overlap onto another show, and I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
There's nothing pretty up there in that room. There's no ruffles, no lace, and nothing pink. There's gargoyles and reapers and
it's kind of
scary things.
It's kind of scary. This little thing, let me tell you, this little gargoyle that you have that's sitting across from me, I'm glad you don't have the battery in this thing, because if that little thing was sitting there with its wings flapping and those eyes flashing or something, that would just scare the hell out of me. That's just not something. That reminds me of an old girlfriend.
Be careful.
All right. I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to incriminate myself.
Okay.
So what do you have coming up on your show next week?
Gosh, I don't really remember, but I can tell you basically it will be gory, it will be scary, there will likely be demons and all kinds of ghosts and goblins and paranormal activities, so yeah, come get your scary on with me Monday night.
I'll invoice you for that little plug.
I'm sure you will.
I always tell people at the end of the show to teach your kids how to do something. And I had somebody comment in and ask me what would be something good to teach your kids. Now, that could have gone many different directions coming from me.
Yeah.
But what I told them was, because this individual has a son and a daughter, 13 and 16, or 13 and 15. And I told him teach them how to change a tire on their car.
There you go.
It's pretty simple, and it does two things. It teaches them how to be self-reliant and fix something that could happen when they start driving, and it also takes away an excuse.
Oh, that's true.
A lot of people don't think about that, because I know when you were younger, you used that excuse before.
No, I couldn't use that excuse either. I knew how to change it.
Yeah, no,
that didn't work for me.
Yeah, I tried it. It didn't work for me either. I think the time I used it with my mom, I had changed a tire on my dad's truck maybe the day or the day before that.
Yeah.
And even if Mom would have just heard it, that would have gone one direction. But it seems like Dad was walking down the hall when I said it to Mom.
Busted.
Oh, yeah, big time. So that was not good.
That kind of goes along with that time you had to explain how the imprint of butt cheeks got on the windshield of her car.
Okay, let's see.
Your mom's car was violated so badly.
That little Reliant K had some issues. But, it got me from point A to point B when I was at a young age, so hey, it worked. I don't know. Next week, I will be doing my review on the Hypotherm plasma cutter. The plasma, I got the computer put back or fixed last night for the plasma table, so I am going to start cutting out some parts this week, and I want to review that wonderful piece of equipment, that Hypotherm, what it was, that Power Max 45 cutter that I got for that. The computer system for the plasma table seems to be working much better now, and our friend Brent at Hubbard CNC with the stepper drives and the control motors and things we got from him, looks like it's going to be a wonderful piece of equipment. And just think, we were looking at those machines for like $10,000 to $15,000.
Yep.
And even with the plasma cutter, I don't have $3,000 in that machine.
That's awesome. I can't wait till you get it running. I want to make some like skeleton and vampire chandeliers and stuff.
We can do that. that. That'd be pretty cool. And the Miller, the handheld plasma torch, you know how to use that. Or the handheld plasma cutter, you know how to use that. And, there's plenty of sheet metal and stuff out there that you can go out and in vampire chassis and cut, because Lord knows if Richard has got all of the metal piled up on one wall. So that right there is a testament to how good my building is.
Yeah.
Because that 2x4 wall has probably got 2,500 pounds of steel leaning against it.
Yeah. Didn't you miss Richard?
I did. Richard was the guy that helps me in the shop. He keeps the shop clean, and me and him had a fallout a while back. I don't remember what it was, but I think I almost killed him.
Yeah.
I think I was trying to tie him to the back of the truck and drag him down the road.
Who's gonna have to clean that up?
That's why I was going to do it on the road, because as much traffic was on there, it had kind of been self-cleaning.
Oh, the highway. I got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But yeah, he's back in rare form. And I'd like to, you like that, huh?
Uh-huh.
I would like to send a big shout out to my buddies at the New Orleans Police Department, Johnny, Wayne, and Claus. These guys are making New Orleans a safe place to be. And you just got to have respect for the people who put on that uniform. Putting on the military uniform was one thing, but putting on the uniform to be a cop is a totally different thing.
And then throw in that whole New Orleans factor, and it's a whole different thing all over again.
Yeah, because it's a gunfight down there nightly. So those guys, a friend of mine, they come out here and shoot at the range, and always keep them in my prayers, and hope everything stays safe with them. I ordered some cigars because for all three, Johnny, Wayne, and Claus are supposed to come out. So I've got some cigars in the shop for us to smoke. Well, I've got some cigars in the shop for me, Johnny, and Claus to smoke. I ordered some of those candy cigars for Wayne. The bubblegum cigars.
Yeah, I was fixing to ask if you asked his wife for permission yet, because there may be a problem.
I'll have to send a note home.
Right.
2 weeks before for her to look at and decide if it's all right for him to come down.
Right.
And then, he'll have to send that back to me with the permission slip and everything that if he's here, it is all right for him to be here.
Right.
So, yeah.
I'd still reach out to her on Facebook or something just to make sure he didn't forge it, because, you know.
You remember she was in the last gun class that came out here, and she got her concealed carry. So, you know, I don't really think that Wayne would, and Johnny said she shot really good. I don't think that you would have to try to float that past her. I just don't think Wayne would do that. I think she may be a better shot than he is.
Oh, that's not good.
You don't want loving you, Wayne. Don't want to hurt your feelings or your ego or anything. But yeah, I saw her shoot. She shot pretty good. You might want to You might want to make sure I get that note, and we'll have Lynn sign it too, so she knows it's all right. All right. Well, let's see, Jimmy. I'm about ready to get out of here. I've run out of pages again. Uh-oh, Jimmy's gone.
He must be fixing another drink.
Yeah, probably. I didn't hear Paul tonight, though.
Oh, I didn't notice. I guess Paul's out working tonight.
Well, that's cool. So I guess we need to carry on for another 3 minutes until Jimmy gets back.
I'm here.
Jimmy's
back. On the phone with the boss.
Uh-oh, was he mad at me? Am I fired?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. I was kind of sweating that whole little rant thing. Then you there?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
No, I think your little rant was well done and as polite as you could make it. It was cleaned up much more than how I heard it here for like the entire weekend or the entire day. So
yeah, well,
yeah.
I did. I toned down. I settled down a little bit. I lost a little bit of my anger.
I commend you on that. I do.
Okay, I try.
Folks, you can't fix stupid. You just can't fix it. Can't help them.
You're not talking about me, are you?
No, not at all.
Oh, cool. Hey, anytime she's not talking about me, I'm happy. And don't forget to catch us next week here on TuneIn Satellite and Armed Radio for Whiskey, Cars, and Cigars. I'm your host, Johnny Blender. And until Jimmy comes back on the air and tells me it's time for me to get the hell out of here. Oh!
Another minute. You can do it.
It's like the little boy in the corner. You've got 1 more minute.
I just got, let's see, I just got a message from Neptune Cigars. And they're sending me a new promo code that we'll have next week for all of our listeners. It's going to be something good. I'm struggling for another 30 seconds. Let's see.
Okay, you're good.
Thank God. See everybody next week. Thank you.
So I stop in a local bar, you know, people. I go to the bar. I rent my coat. I call the bartender. I said, look, man, come down here. You got down there. So what you want? I want bourbon.